Have you ever been told that you look like a celebrity? Maybe Lauren Hill, Oprah, and Brandy. Yes, those are actually a few of the people that I heard that I looked like. And at my 50th birthday celebration, we even had a king and queen of Zamunda from the Coming to America movie show up. hmm It was a whole vibe, okay? But what does that have to do with your business? You might be wondering. Just like lookalikes can grab attention at a party, they can also help your business grow, whether it's through Facebook ads, your website, even Chat GPT. Today, we're talking about how embracing business lookalikes can help you save time, reach more people, and keep your momentum going when we return. Welcome back to another episode of the Making of a Mompreneur show. I am your host, Rashida Green, the Digimompreneur, also the creator and founder of the Digimompreneur Academy, the CEO of Get Coaching, and the host of the Mompreneur HQ community. And I help moms who are determined to find time, money, and location freedom to start, grow, and scale online businesses so that they can build the life of their dreams without neglecting themselves or their families in the process. And we do that through content, coaching, community, and of course through the Digimompreneur Academy. So if you are joining us for the very first time, go ahead and drop in a hello or hi, or let us know where you are tuning in from so that we know what the reach of the Mompreneur HQ community is, and also so that other people can connect with you from the same area. I am so glad that you are here with us. Now, let me just take a moment to say thank you again for all of the birthday love that I received for my 50th birthday celebration and throughout my social media community. The theme of my party was Celebrity Sightings, Your Hollywood Lookalike. And it was so much fun seeing how people showed up. Some came dressed as the star of their own Lifetime movie. Okay, you know what that means, while others, they were dressed like Hollywood stars. Like I mentioned, we had a couple representing the king and queen of Zamunda. We had Jill Scott. We had India Arie. We had Kamala Harris. We had also Erica Badu and Common. There was a couple that came as Erica Badu and Common when she used to love him. And so it was really a good time. We laughed, we joked, but it reminded me of something powerful. We're often drawn to what feels familiar, what looks like something or someone we admire. That's not just true for birthdays and celebrations, but it's true for business too. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to talk about how you can use the concept of lookalikes to attract more of your dream clients, make your marketing feel easier, and keep your business aligned with who you really are. And with our topic today, celebrity sightings and business insights, how lookalikes can boost your brand. You'll see how taking this approach is also a form of self love because working smarter and giving yourself permission to repeat what works protects your time and your energy. All right, if you're ready, drop a hashtag ready in the comments so that we can get ready. And ready means that you have your pen, paper, or digital device readily available so that you can take down some of these good old notes that we're going to be sharing with you today when as we talk about what lookalikes mean in business. Let's start with the basics. In marketing, a lookalike is when you use data to find more people who resemble your best customers. So, for example, that would be Facebook ads. Guess what? They allow you to create a lookalike audience. That means if you got a list of customers who've already bought from you, Facebook can find thousands of other people who share similar interests, buying patterns, and behaviors. It's like cloning your favorite customer without cloning your workload. Think about how freeing that is. Instead of exhausting yourself trying to find new people one by one, you're leveraging systems to do the heavy lifting. That's part of self care for your business, creating a process that saves you time and gives you back some breathing room. Guess what? They got so slick with it that you can even use other Facebook groups, not just your own and your own customers, but other Facebook groups that may be in the same industry of moderators who may be in the same industry as you, that you can go ahead and do a lookalike of their audience and try to reach out to their audience for your particular product or service. I'm saying lookalike using Facebook and other systems that allow that type of search and copy is really a good way to get more in front of your ideal customer without doing that much more work. Imagine if you had to go door to door or business to business trying to get customers when you could just literally go online or go to one UPS store and find out who their customers are and then copy that audience to get your new audience. That's the gist of it. Being able to use systems to not only create a lesser workload, but to also get in front of your ideal customers without doing more work. All right. So next we're going to talk about Chat GPT as your lookalike creator. Interesting enough, we're going to talk about how AI tools like Chat GPT, one of the best things about AI right now is that it can recognize patterns and help you recognize or replicate what works. So you're using AI, artificial intelligence, to identify what works and then replicating it. Say you have an email that got amazing open rates or an Instagram caption that blew up with comments. You can feed that into ChatGPT and ask it to create lookalike versions. That's right, lookalike versions of things that have already worked and have already proven successful. That can be new emails, new captions, or even new product descriptions that carry the same energy and appeal. Think about it. Again, not doing more work on your behalf. The only thing that you have to do is look at your statistics, look at your metrics, pick out those things that are working, toss those things that well, okay, maybe not toss the things that are not working because again, with AI, you can actually improve those things that are not working. But identify those things that are really working for you, that are getting some traction and some eyeballs on it, and then you can take those and copy those to create new content that's with the hope and anticipation that it's going to get the same feedback. But that's the thing about trial and error and A and B testing and things like that, because you can literally test it out. If it doesn't work, do something else. And with AI, it doesn't require you doing a whole lot of something else because you can just use ChatGPT or another platform to be able to get the work done in less time. This isn't about copying or being fake. Truly, it is not. Just like nobody thought I was actually Lauren Hill or Oprah at my party, I they didn't think I was really Lauren Hill. It's basically about capturing the essence of what connects with people. So ChatGPT helps you to take what already resonates and what already is hitting and expand it into a fresh content for you. So think about how we use the examples that I just used for Chat GPT and the comparison or the analogy that nobody really thought that I was Lauren Hill, right? Because I didn't copy her, clone her, and be her, or even embody her. Really, this girl is tough. She's a bad mama jamma, right? But I did try to put on a little wardrobe change, put on a little hair that might resemble things like that. And it still got a great response because even though I wasn't Lauren Hill, it was something that I was presenting that was Lauren Hill like ish, so to speak. And so people were able to recognize it. And so it was still a success. And that's the same thing I'm trying to get across with this section about Chat GPT and how you can use AI or artificial intelligence to create documentation, content even images that are similar. Think about it. If you own Etsy account, if you have an Etsy account and you're selling product on Etsy, that this one particular store is raking in the dough on a particular mug design. Now you're not copying. We're not saying steal their images. And a lot of time, and nowadays, folks are literally going and copywriting their stuff. So don't be playing no games. We don't want no lawyers up in here suing folks. And just listen. You can use it as inspiration. Inspiration. So if somebody has a cat, an image of a cat whistling on a seesaw, that can be inspiration for a dog snapping on a balance beam. This is what I mean by playing with it a little bit, not necessarily copying it, but coming up with an idea that it might be similar, something that is already working so you don't have to recreate the wheel. Okay? So that is something that you can use Chat GPT for, to recreate those things for new products. And as I mentioned, your emails, your captions, things that's already getting attention, traction, and comments. Create more things like that so that you can keep up with the algorithm. Okay. Now, as we are talking about algorithm and lookalikes and not being copycats per se, we can go on and talk about how lookalikes for websites, copy, and sales can actually be a great idea for your business. Okay, here are 3 areas where you can use lookalike strategies in your business. And number 1 would be in your websites. Go ahead and look at your analytics. What do your numbers say? Okay, which pages do people spend the most time on? What style of content keeps them engaged? Are you using the big letters, bold letters, cursive lettering? Are you using pictures, still pictures, images that move, elements that move? Think about what are on those pages where people are spending their most time. What content, right, keeps them engaged? Meaning, if it's a blog, what is this particular blog that apparently is getting drive as far as customer attention and readership? Use that data to create future pages that look similar and feel similar. Again, we're not necessarily copying verbatim. You are using that as the good stuff that's been already proven to work as inspiration to create more of what you anticipate to work also. You can do this with websites. And again, even with ChatGPT, you can literally take a website URL, put it in ChatGPT, ask a couple of prompts about, ask a couple of prompts about the writing style, what's good about this site, what are the pain points pointed out in this site, what are the keywords and phrases that pop out on this site. You can ask a number of different things to ChatGPT once you put that link URL into there and have it examine it. And then you know what you can say after you find out all the details and information you wanted about that website. Copy that. Please use this URL as as inspiration to create a landing page, sales page, about me page, whatever it might be for my business. And then, of course, you plug in your business information. But if you already have ChatGPT set up to know who you are, then it will already have your information stored, and use that information to set up whatever it is that you're looking to set up for your business on your website, using the other URL as inspiration. It's pretty much ingenious when you think about it, especially how time consuming creating a website can be. But you won't have to do all that because you're using automation, you're using artificial intelligence, you're using other successful websites as your inspiration. So consider that to be a big win if you've actually looked at somebody's website and started scrolling. It was like, oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that. Oh, this is a nice color blend. Or I haven't seen that font before. These are all things that if you're watching, if you're observing, and then if you find that these are things that you like, write that URL down or save it. Give it the good old Google star and save it, bookmark it so that you can come back to that for inspiration. And again, you can use artificial intelligence to mimic that style that you want for your own very own website. Now, I leaned on this one a little bit, but it's copywriting. You can review your best headlines, your subject lines, your social posts, your emails, whatever it is. You can review all of these things and ask the question, which ones got clicks? Which one received more comments? Which one actually got sales? Then you can create lookalike versions of those successful headlines, subject lines, or social posts. For example, if how to save time and money without how to save time without losing money. If that worked, if that title worked for you, you might want to try how to gain clients without losing sleep. It's like picking out the pattern, identifying the pattern, and creating something else from that pattern with the anticipation that it's going to have the same success. And even if it doesn't have the same success, you have the ability with artificial intelligence or even your own intelligence to say, okay, that didn't work. What could it be? Now, one hint I'd like to share is whatever you decide to do, don't test too many things at the same time because then you won't know what made the difference. So if you wanted to change the headline, now I gave a completely different sentence for the headline, right? I went from how to save time without losing money to how to gain clients without losing sleep. What if that didn't work out? Maybe because it was positive, people not responsive to positive, how to gain. The word gain might have thrown somebody off. So you just switch out the one word gain and see if there's a change without losing sleep. We want to say without because that kind of gets people's attention because if they can do something without doing something else, they're like, yeah, I want that. But maybe your audience would prefer the positive side of that. Clients with the how to gain clients with the best products or how to gain clients with the best software pitch. I don't know. Figure it out. But that's what I mean. Don't do everything at one time because especially when it comes to a website, if you change the heading, the footer, and the elements at the same time, you don't if and people the attention to that site just drops. You don't know what it was. Was it the headline? Was it not specific enough? Was it not bold enough? Was it the elements? Maybe I shouldn't have used flowers. I should have used cars. You have too many variables at that point to try to figure out. If you do decide to do A/B testing or just testing out different styles of copywriting, just make sure you're not doing it all at the same time. All right. And then the last part about that is sales, right? We talked about how you can use lookalikes for websites and copywriting. You can do the same thing for sales. All you have to do is pay attention to your top selling products. Don't just celebrate them, replicate them. That's right. Do them over. Create bundles, spin-offs, or even sister offers that look like your bestsellers, right? So if you have a best-selling template, a single sheet template, what might it look like to turn that template into a bundle of the same type of templates? One of the things that I like, I'm trying to think. One of the things that I do like is bundles because they're similar. And it's usually because people like the one thing that they more than likely would be interested in the partner thing to it. It's almost, what is it? Missing out, fear of missing out, FOMO. Because now I have this one thing, but what if there's another thing that's just like it, but you can do this with it? I started some new stuff now. So I have journals. And so with the journals, they might want a matching pen. Now I got a bundle. Or with the journals, they might want a matching mug. So I can put them together And people are like, yay, because I already liked the journal. Now I got a mug and a journal. So putting bundles together is definitely something to consider to get more sales. And what I do with digital products and things that I work with my clients on, if you are an author, for instance, you wrote a book. What could increase what can be an upsell or an additional item that you can bundle to increase your sales or your purchase point, your purchases? You can create a complementing journal to your book. Depending on what your book is, you might even be able to create art, wall art for your book. So if you wrote a poetry book, you might be able to do one of your poems on a 8 by 10 or 11 by 17 matte canvas or matte, and sell that as additional artwork of your own poetry. So there are so many options that you can create to build out additional sales from what is already working, right? That way you're serving your audience with more of what they already love, they've already demonstrated that they want, and now you're giving them more of it. So again, increasing your sales. Now listen, this is about efficiency, really, at the heart of it. Of course, a benefit is getting more sales. Absolutely. But instead of reinventing the wheel every time, you're repeating what works. And that's a gift to yourself as a business owner. Now, at my birthday party, whoop, whoop, watching people dress up as celebrities really drove this home for me. And I know you're like, what? You over there celebrating your big 5-0 and you worrying about business? Unfortunately, that is my life. I am always thinking I'm always thinking about how I can make things better, how I can create another product or offer another service, and how I can make it easier for moms in my community to be able to get to the next level. That is my curse. I'm always thinking about others and elevating and legacy. The king and queen of Zamunda, when they walked in, immediately everybody paid attention. Not because they were Eddie Murphy and Shari Hadley or Jeffrey Jeffrey. Oh, I done messed up the people's names, but the king and queen of Zamunda. But because they reminded us of something iconic. Because if you don't already know, Coming to America is indeed iconic. And that's what our lookalike strategies that we talked about, they do. That's what they do in business. They trigger recognition. They make people lean in and say, wait, I know this vibe. This feels real familiar. Oh, I trust this. And as I step into my 50s, that's the lesson I'm taking with me. It's not about starting from scratch or trying to prove yourself over and over again. It's about doubling down on what already works. That's my key phrase here today. Doubling down on what already works. Now, if that's what you get from this, go ahead, drop that in the chat. Let me know what some of the nuggets are that you have gotten from today's show, because it's really about doubling down on what already works, not creating the wheel, recreating the wheel, not about doing extra work. And in fact, we talked about how this is self-care. As we just talked about self-care September, we're talking about how this building a business and creating lookalikes, how it can boost your brand. It's something that can be boosting your brand, but also relieving your stress because you are now using platforms out of AI. You're using systems and building systems that can help you to be able to build your brand by using what's already working, what already shines, what already is blowing up and getting traction, and then letting it multiply. So, here are just a few quick action steps that you can take this week. One, Identify your best customer. Write down who they are, what they've bought, and what problem you solved for them. Now, these are quick action steps that you can do by looking at your statistics or analytics, and then just identifying that one person and figuring out what they bought and what problem you solved for them. Then number 2, I want you to pick one lookalike strategy. We talked about a couple here, but maybe you'll test a Facebook lookalike audience. Maybe you'll ask Chat GPT to recreate a winning email or a caption. Either way, I want you to pick one of the strategies. Then I give you permission to repeat success. That's not laziness, it's wisdom. And yes, it's a form of self love because it protects your energy while growing your business. How does it protect your energy? Because you don't have to recreate the wheel, you don't have to come up with all this stuff over and over again. You can use what's already working. So now let's bring it all together. Let's bring it all home. Just like Lauryn Hill, Oprah, and Brandy lookalike comments made me smile over the years. And just like my birthday party was full of celebrity sightings, you can use lookalike strategies in your business to grab attention, build trust, and multiply your results. Remember, your business doesn't always have to start from scratch. It's just working smarter, repeating what worked, and creating more of what the people already love. That's a path toward growth and peace. Now, I'd love to hear from you as far as what's one lookalike strategy that you're trying this week. Go ahead and put that in the comments. Share it in the comments. You can even privately DM me if necessary, because I really want to cheer you on. And if you're ready to go deeper, I want you to come on over and check out the Digimompreneur Academy, where we don't just talk about strategies, we help you implement them. That's what we're here for. Thanks for tuning into today's episode of the Making of a Mompreneur Show, Celebrity Sightings and Business Insights, how lookalikes can boost your brand. I want you to go ahead and keep showing up, keep shining, and remember, your business does not have to hustle harder. It just has to reflect what works. Until next time.
All right, so this plays this week, Thursday, and you don't have a backup for next week until we record 2 next week or something. Okay, just making sure we clear.
Yeah,
So,
I'll have to do 2 next week. It can't happen this week. I'm so tired. I have
yeah,
not caught up. I have not caught up. I'm still so tired.
girl, I hear you. I'm
Did you
supposed to be
get to see the photos from?
Yeah, girl, I still gotta post. Girl, I sent them over to Grace. I was like, please find some captions and post these, please. But they came out really nice. She did a great job. She
Nice.
really did a good job.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did. I ended up using her for my birthday party too.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's a different photographer. No, I didn't. Fawn.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Fawn. She did a good job.
Yeah, yeah, she did. She did.
So I got those pictures, sent them out to everybody. We were looking for Joan's information, but I just told them to send it Facebook. So they sent it to her Facebook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have the information too? There was I guess she was a Hispanic girl who was a lawyer, immigration lawyer or something.
Yeah. Sandra, I think her name is.
Sandra, okay. If you like, either can you send her my website information for me? I know she wanted graphics or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but I know she scanned my card, but she probably didn't save my number at the same time because we were all trying to network at the same time with each other, so
Yeah.
we didn't get to save it.
Okay.
But
I
yes,
will. Which one am I seeing now? My Sister Keeper? What am
yeah.
I seeing?
Elite Creations biz to my website.
EliteCreations.biz. Okay.
Yeah, I
All
appreciate it.
righty then.
All
I
right,
will
ma'am. I'll talk
do
to you
that.
later.
Yes, ma'am. Enjoy your
Okay.
evening.
You too. Bye.
That is to Sandra. Okay. Where's the button?